where the recent cyber attacks have been a bit of a wake-up call for the American establishment. While Donald Trump has tried to downplay the entire incident, his successor, Joe Biden, who will be taking office on the 20th of January, has promised some pretty stern action against Russia. The Biden team is reportedly considering its options. They are hoping to strike a pretty difficult balance, that is, establishing deterrence by imposing a high financial cost on Russia and at the same time not escalating the matters to a Cold War-like situation. Now, Biden has promised a more hawkish US policy towards Russia, but his options will become clear only once he enters into the White House, and that is still exactly a month away. Until then, any US response will of course come from Donald Trump, but the US president, the incumbent one, does not seem very keen on a tough response against Russia. He has cast doubts on American intelligence by alleging that it could be China that could be behind the attacks. The Biden, for his part, has vowed a pretty strong response. He has promised tough financial repercussions on individuals and entities who are found guilty of carrying out these cyber attacks. But what exactly are his options? Firstly, sanctions. The most obvious target would be the SVR, Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service, that they are believed to have orchestrated the last week's hacks. And the US Treasury Department has already sanctioned multiple Russian security agencies like the FSB and also the GRU. So sanctions against the SVR would not be unprecedented. And also America's radar will be Russian oligarchs, many of whom maintain pretty close ties to Vladimir Putin. But a real body blow would of course be to cut off Russia from the SWIFT bank transfer system. This could of course cripple Russian companies. They would no longer be able to process payments to and from foreign companies. But there is a catch. Such a move would impact Europe's energy supplies. Europe would no longer be able to deal with Russian energy firms. The question, of course, is, can Biden get America's European allies on board for this plan? Finally, the US could, of course, launch cyber attacks of its own. The Pentagon's cyber command could knock out Russian phone networks and internet. What Joe Biden chooses to do will, of course, depend on two factors. Firstly, how much support can he get from Europe? And secondly, how far can he push Russia without drawing a pretty stern response from the Russians?
Co-presented by Skoda. Simply clever.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.